Hello, lovelies. So what you'd seen there is me saging from yesterday's reading. Okay, this is part 2. So if you missed part 1, you can reference the video that was posted before this one. So I have already gone through most of the messages that are here. I'm just going to pick up from where the Raphael cards are. And I did reshuffle in the rest of the reading that didn't get posted, right? So I did complete this reading yesterday, but the entire video didn't save. So I am going to freshly shuffle out the messages and get new messages out. Perhaps the last half of yesterday's reading was meant to be delivered maybe in a different way. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be shown to you yet. So here I am again, feeling like providing a part 2 so that those of you in the collective are well taken care of when it comes to breaking these bad cycles. So just to continue from what left off, use your natural healing abilities. It says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for clearly guiding, encouraging, and supporting my healing work. Sobriety, dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for adjusting my cravings in healthful directions so that I only desire life-affirming foods and beverages. Listen to your intuitive feelings. Dear higher self, thank you for speaking loudly and clearly in peaceful ways that I easily understand. Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to listen to my inner wisdom. The alternative medicine says, to dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to the ideal healing treatment modality and for giving me clear signs and messages to validate the best path for my well-being. Improving health. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for your comforting reassurance about the situation. And sunlight. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me enjoy the benefits of sunshine in safe and healthy ways. So I love that these messages came out because all in all, I think from Spirit, you're being encouraged to use your intuition to go towards unique healing modalities or methods, like things that you think suits you. Not all services, not all things will apply to you, but just use your intuition and let yourself be guided towards certain services or certain types of healing that may be beneficial to you, and maybe it's not beneficial for you, like for other people surrounding you. So like just don't let anyone talk over your intuition, and then as well, sobriety, I think at large, Spirit is trying to highlight choosing healthy coping mechanisms, or even taking in things that would be nourishing, that would altogether add to your overall being. Sobriety is in my mind's eye is paying attention to your cravings, because I know that when we are under the influence or have an addiction of some sort, it's usually due to having cravings. And so I think Spirit wants to highlight trying to increase your cravings in healthier lifestyle mannerisms. Such would be, drinking more water and taking in more exercise, and having that be a walk of your sobriety. Not to say anything specific about, you should quit smoking or quit drinking, or all of those decisions are up to you. But if you were to make any generalized decisions here, it would be for the greater good of choosing, being mindful of what types of cravings you are having, and choosing to crave better things for yourself. Using that intuition to expand on what is good for you, what is better for you, improving on that, and taking in the warmth. I think sunlight here is big on warmth. regardless of it's through the means of, you know, tapping back into nature or being more connected with your loved ones, I think it's important here to just feel really warm in your lifestyle. You know, being, you know, warming yourself up by going out in the sun, going outdoors, or warming yourself up by being in practice, warming yourself up by um, I'm seeing the word benefits of sunshine. So it's like benefits of sunshine, like benefits of the things that make you feel warm and giddy inside. Go back to that. Like, what friends make you smile? What friends make you laugh? What things make you feel joy? Go back to that. Like, warm up your soul. That's how you could really improve your health. And I feel like if we are in a bad cycle, it's because we're feeling, you know, we're taking in illnesses, we're taking in low vibrational energies, we're taking in, it's like contagious, you know, low vibrational energy, or just energy in general. Energy in general is contagious. And so if you are having issues in a bad cycle, it could be that you have maybe mental health issues, or your partner has mental health issues, and you guys are trying to work through these things together, right? Because we're talking about bad cycles, we're talking about abundance, we're talking about our connections and how to get through like the bad stuff, right? And so I think the importance is on your individual health, and then on your shared health, right? Individual health is like, how are you doing as an individual, and how's your partner doing as an individual? And then also the health as you guys are as a partnership. So if what you guys do as individuals will help the partnership altogether. So sometimes time apart is needed in order to, you know, heal your individual selves and then come back together and see improvement in partnership. This could be the message for how to break the bad cycle, is um realizing what is needed in the connection, like who needs what and why and how, right? Is it me that is lacking? Is it my partner that is lacking? And how can we bring in more towards the areas that are lacking? I think the abundance could be utilized in many different forms. If you see abundance, you could take from abundance, because it wouldn't be creating a negative if there was if you were to take from abundance. But if you were to take from somebody who doesn't have anything, that would create a negative for sure. So you could definitely, you know, pull from abundance, or if you are abundant, you can definitely give from abundance. So definitely notice when you're in a cycle of you know, if you are abundant or if you are in need of abundance, make sure to shift accordingly. That's going to shift almost all the time, just like a lot of things will change a lot. And there are some things that remain stable for quite some time as well, but those things eventually change over time too. They just have a slower process. And so certain things, if it's been a long time coming, right? If some things just take a long time to change and they haven't for so long, maybe it's like long overdue, right? And so sometimes it's a force of, you need to press go on certain things, such as would be like a sobriety. If you've been holding on to making this move for yourself, it could be this, but it could be a thing of like, if you need to do something first in order for the healing work, or in order for something else to come in, make sure that you are placing yourself where you should be and making the decisions where you should be and when you should be. Of course, never make any decisions when you are feeling overwhelmed. Only make decisions when you are feeling at peace, when you have enough information in your hands. And so if you don't feel like you have enough information, seek more information, do more in order for you to be able to, you know, take that step towards a decision. If you don't feel ready, you don't feel ready. That is that. You know, no one's forcing you to make a decision or not. But clearly, the title says bad cycles and all these things, so you are wanting abundance and you are wanting your bad cycle to end. And so there is something that is needing to be done on your part. If you have been feeling stagnancy, if you've been feeling like have you been feeling like blocked, there's definitely just something more that is needing, again, abundance alert. There has, be alerted. Where is the abundance? Is it in your hands or is it out of your hands? Do you need to receive or do you need to be giving? And sometimes you need to give in order to receive. And I know that in some of my readings, I was mentioning how it can be toxic in order to, like, for you to give with the expectation of receiving. Do not do that. Only give when you feel welcome or comfortable to give, and do not expect anything back. But then later on, like, this is a whole lesson on karma. Is your karma is a summation of your actions up to now that will basically summarize how your future is going to be extended out. So if you've done good things up till now, good is coming in. If you've given good, you will receive good. If you've given bad, you will receive bad, and so on and so forth. So but this card came out reverse. We're gonna clue into why. It says surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. In bad cycles, in bad connections, in low vibrational energy, I'm picking up evil eye energy. I'm picking up jealousy energy. I'm picking up a lot of this negative energy trying to penetrate, either literally penetrate you, like they want to have sex with you, or they're trying to affect you in a negative way, or they're trying to affect your relationship in a negative way. I'm hearing mind games, I'm hearing illusions, facades, I'm hearing just competing with one another. I feel like this is just, you need to revert your focus to yourself and revert your focus to your relationship, and not all of these other third parties, not any of these other people who are trying to take from you. I mean, even seeing other people in this perspective that they're taking from you is you taking from your own self. Because you're focusing on them focusing on you rather than you focusing on you while they're also focusing on you, right? That's like where you're seeing abundance, is like when they focus on you, don't focus on them focusing on you, just continue focusing on you, because the point of them having all their focus on you is, like, the problem is that their focus should be on themselves, just as your focus should be on yourself. The only true, genuine reason to really be comparing or doing anything when it comes to other people is just by looking at them with inspiration. Like, what are they doing and how can I maybe use what they're doing to make my life better? Not necessarily to say I am better, but just for the highest good of all. I think that there is a distortion between, like, with how people are seeing their competition, or how they're seeing their sparks of inspiration, or how you see other people. Your community is community. You're not in the community to fight. You're not in the community to, like, tear each other down so that you get the most sales or that you get the most attention, or everyone's connected. And so to try and slash on other things just because, like, you're seeing someone else do something you want to be doing, or someone else is doing exactly what you are doing and maybe you feel like they're doing it better, that's not to say that you're not doing a good job. That's just to say that they're showing you how to do better. And so instead of taking in jealousy and negative feelings, just be grateful that you are being shown a mentor, that you are being shown community, you're being shown a way to be strong and attractive and powerful, and you're only upset because you don't have those things for yourself. And that's this thing with abundance alert. Take your jealousy and negative energies as a sign that you have a lack in your life, and that you just simply need or want more of that thing that you are looking at in the eyes of evil. Transmute evil into love, show that love to yourself. You want that, so go get that for yourself, and then you won't feel so nasty or disgusting that someone else has that. There's a lot of things with a lot of single people on Valentine's Day, or during the holidays, or they just end up feeling really bitter, and it's really sore and awful to be around these people, because they just simply can't be happy for other people who are happy, because they are unhappy. They just want to cause other people, like, they have complaints. They say PDA and relationship expressions are, they have commentary on it. If you ever notice that kind of behavior, that's a bad cycle that they're in, and they're going to continue being in that cycle. It's going, like, them being in that energy repels partners from coming in, because it's like it's just a ripple effect of being mindful of how you are placing your energy on other people, because a lot of your opinions, thoughts, feelings, experiences, if it's a positive or negative context, it's mostly based off of like where you've been, how, like, uniquely you, and we tend to project how we feel onto other things, and it's like really unwarranted. Such would be like how I was explaining, like, singles towards relationships, or relationships towards singles. Like, there's just a very clear misunderstanding of the flow. And most people who are just at peace don't really comment on anything. They just know that it is what it is. But you can really see someone in a bad cycle because they outwardly project a lot of things. And don't really, know where their abundance is. I think that is like a large issue in some of these bad cycles, is where is the abundance? Like, where's my abundance? Where's my blessing? Like, well, like, how come all this bad stuff is happening to me? And it's like, well, I think that's when you can kind of get into a headspace of comparing yourself to other people, because nobody ever posts on social media like the horrible things that happens to them, unless it's like an extreme. I feel like we have extreme good and extreme bad on social media, and nowhere in between. And that's when, if you use social media for entertainment, it's great for entertainment, but it's chaos on there. So if you're looking for peace, surrender stubbornness. This card says, stop being stubborn and put your phone down. Like, you're addicted to that shit. You're addicted to your phone. You're addicted to social media. You're addicted to attention from people. Some of you, not all, but if that resonates for you, you need to stop. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Yielding. That's like being careful of being yielding. I'm getting like being careful and being open to like the possibility of like damage, detriment, like just what's to come. Surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. Surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. I love this surrender to silence and surrender to trust. There's a lot of things where when you're following your intuition, and you're following, your angelic, your spiritual guidance, it's really easy for the 3D world to talk over that or misunderstand it. A lot of things to do with spirituality, is, it's very misunderstood energy. It's energy, like it's something that we can't fully grasp. And I'm saying that even with like not only just spirituality, I think just ideas and concepts. If you have an idea and a concept, only you can fully grasp that idea and concept that originated in your mind. And you can explain it and have words to form the idea and concept, but it originated in your mind. So you need to trust your experiences, your feelings, your thoughts, like all your process on it, because it originated in you. All of your experiences and like everything, like all your decision making, all of that, you create that in your silence. You create that in your own trust, in your own body of spirit, of your own body that your body embodies your soul's truth. And so if you tap into this, you'll be able to maybe not rush certain decisions. You'll be able to like see a clearer picture, because sometimes our emotions cloud decisions. Sometimes our triggers cloud decisions, and you could really tap into healing and like zoom out on triggers and zoom out on the whole situation and scenario altogether in a meditation. And I do offer crystal meditations to balance you. If you are sensing that you are operating from imbalance, we can rebalance you, and maybe that can pull out the full potential with your decision making, right? Like everything's clear and correct and for the good of all, and you could trust that. You could really find that in this contemplative meditative state. But you could do this on your own, in your own journey. But if you find that you need help in this interim, you could open up to services. Like I was saying before with the alternative medicine, your intuition will guide you to what works for you, what will work for you, and you'll know because you'll be interested in it. You'll like find yourself looking more into things because it sounds like it just fits. So take however that resonates. This says, surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for your relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her healing. So remember earlier in this part 2 reading, I was saying your individual health will together, you working on your individual health and your partner working on their individual health will then collectively add to your partnership health. So if you're in this reading because your relationship's suffering, work on, encourage your partner to work on what they need to work on, and encourage yourself to work on what you need to work on. And in maybe days or weeks or months time, you guys can come back and find a relationship that has transformed because it's so much healthier. Okay, surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. So accepting your abundance is somewhere else. Accepting that you do have abundance. It could be accepting that you're arguing with your partner. You need to do what it takes to now stop arguing. Actually do the work that you guys say that you will, or actually do the work, like find the work that needs to be done, even if that's what it is. Because sometimes you realize something's wrong, but there's that placement of you need to figure out what exactly is wrong. Like something is wrong, but what is it? And then once you find out what it is, that's when the hard work comes in. That's when the individual work starts to come in. The self-reflection needs to come in. No deflecting, no ignoring, no avoiding. Like I said, the individual health, the individual journeys will greatly benefit the shared journey. Okay, so I'm going to leave those out. And then the last one says, surrender negative thinking. You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations. So reframing yourself, like noticing when you have a thought, when it appears, make a note. Was that thought positive? Was that thought negative? And then if it was negative, you can reframe it to a positive one. A lot of us are used to being negative and just, and not really doing anything to change that. Just like, letting your thoughts just be. And it's like your thoughts, you can be in control of your thoughts. You don't have to let them run wild. If you have a thought and it's disturbing you, don't let it disturb you longer than you should feel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't let it disturb you for longer than it should. Essentially, it's there for you to address it, and when you address it is essentially when you can find peace. You can find the action. Surrender to silence. That could be what you could be doing in your meditations, right? Like just really paying attention to your thoughts and releasing them, letting them go, addressing them, whatever you find to be relative for you. Mending, because that's like the mending that's the healing work that needs to be done. Is like how are your thoughts manifesting in your relationship right now, in your bad cycles right now? Is it making your situations hard because your thoughts are difficult? Is the way you think and the way you process really difficult to manage? Then it makes your everything else hard to manage. Like really pay attention to that. Like a lot of external problems start internally. Imagine between worlds, time to go. So this card says regeneration. So on the back of the deck says deep knowing. Some of you just know what you need in the situation because you've been imagining it. So you've been healing, but there is something in your dreamscapes or in your heart space, something like this. Like, again, when we were saying about the thoughts wandering, you have a very active creative imagination, but that has it's extreme good and extreme bad. You can definitely imagine up hell, and you can also imagine up heaven. I think that's this between worlds. Heaven and hell, right? You're imagining these things, and it's time to go the distance in the right way. You need to start imagining what heaven on earth would be like and actually living that life. Generate that life. Give yourself that life. You know what kind of life you want to live. It's going to look like a dream to anyone and everyone. Like, what is in your dreams, and it's going to be unique. Some people want to be a superstar. Some people don't really want to live a life of fame. Some people want to be an athlete, a professional athlete. Some people aren't catered to be in labor intensive or physical activity intensive work. Some people want to be in office jobs. It's just if you know what you want, go after it. Imagine that life occurring for you. If you can imagine it, it can happen. So the fact that you're dreaming it is because your highest self is trying to push you there. If you've dreamt of somebody, if you've dreamt of your career, if you've dreamt of being on vacation, if you've dreamt of being somewhere, it's probably because you have in your future self, your higher self, and your higher self is pushing you there. Your higher self knows what you want and is trying to show you. You need to listen to your spiritual guidance. You need to listen to yourself. Listen to your dreams. Follow your dreams. And let's see what's coming in for the collective. What else does the collective need to know? This is the Kipper deck for the collective, because this deep knowing, we know something big is coming in. We know that when we break these cycles and really break them down, some shit's gonna happen. And we have toil and labor. You've done a lot of work, and the expectation that something's coming in, like I was saying, we feel like something's shifting. Like when we break a bad cycle, 100% the universe is going to reward you for doing what's best for you, for seeing that the situation was bad and you needed to do something, whatever it is that you felt like you needed to do. Take space, make a breakup, leave the job, leave the person, leave a location, move locations. You know, it could be something very, very specific. It could be traveling, whatever you think it was, whatever work you put in this situation to change the situation from bad to good, from good to better, from just like you're tired. You are tired, you put in work to change the situation, and now the expectation that now the expectation that change is coming or that more is coming, it's here. This is your validation that your abundance is coming, or your abundance is around official person and change. Some of us have an official person, have our partner in our life, and we this like change reverse is just to indicate that there is change needed to happen with your official person, but it doesn't have to mean it's a breakup or a relationship ending or a location move. It doesn't have to mean those things. It could just mean that like your person has changed or you have changed, and it could be for the better or it could be for worse. It could be that you guys need to split and your official person is going to come in. I'm not sure if this is something that you need to hear. This is like a collective message, so just realize that this reading is for more people than just you. If you need a personal reading, book a personal reading. Don't not all the messages are going to apply for you. In this reading, there's going to be people who have a relationship that they do want, and some people have a relationship that they do not want. And then there is a relationship where certain things need to change, or some things don't need to change very much. And it's just that what's going to be changing is maybe income or some of these outside things, that maybe the relationship itself won't change, but the things around you will change for better. So therefore the relationship will get better, or vice versa. The things around you, you know, are not good. So you need to change those things around you, like, so that the energy penetration doesn't affect your relationships, right? Like if you have bad friends in your circle, your relationship's going to suffer because those bad friends will sabotage. Or if you have a bad partner, then your family and friends are going to suffer because that partner is going to sabotage like your life. So just, if you are seeing some things that need to change, apply those changes. I think that there's a lot of changes revolving this official person that you do or don't want to do because you're afraid that it's going to risk losing that official person. But it's like you're being inauthentic to yourself by not even applying these changes, because the changes are needed. Changes are needed so that things could fit you as you are right now. And it's like, if you have changed, your situation will change. If your partner has changed, right, the partnership is going to change. And so you need to be mindful of that. If your partner, who's been a wonderful partner all this time, they could suddenly be a different person and they're not the perfect partner anymore. And that's when you need to detach from that. That's a very important message for some, but you're going to see it, how it's going to work. Whatever I'm saying, it's either going to like hella apply or it doesn't at all. We have thief. Some of us have seen literal stealing, maybe a kidnapping, something to do with stealing time, energy, efforts, objects, people. Maybe this is what you're seeing. Like here is that family room. It's like, let me get a clarifier for this. Thief and family room. Clarify thief and family room, please. We have coffin reverse. So with the family room and thief, and then I'm finally seeing coffin reverse, I think that there has just been a serious ending here. It could be literally a death, or someone had stolen and it just changed everything in the family dynamic. I feel like there was a family that was like really, really, really affected by whoever this thief was. And maybe it caused a path. this thief, whatever the thief did, if they kidnapped, if they stole money, if they just stole your person, if they stole, there's something with stealing in this reading, okay? And with pathway, you're being led to see what you need to see. If you are seeing criminal, don't make excuses for them. Okay, your path is being illuminated. You're seeing who exactly is who's a thief, who's your lover, who's your family, who's a foe, who's friends. You're seeing it. So do not let these certain things, right? I'm hearing like taking it to the grave, like as in like secrets. And it's like, don't do that. Like if you want something to haunt you, that is exactly how you will receive that energy. Do not keep something in, such as would be a secret of someone else's, right? Like if you're not speaking it, you're storing it. Don't store someone else's baggage. Don't store someone else's shit. If you do that for yourself. And like, if even when you do that for yourself, it's misery, it's hard to work with, you have a lot of baggage, it's hard to move forward. So if you do that for someone else, you're adding even more to your load. You're getting even more exhausted. Back previously in the reading, we had 10 of Wands. We don't want to be exhausted. We don't want to carry too much. So the fact that you're seeing someone take from you, do all this stuff from you, they have lack of abundance. And it's like, if you also have lack of abundance, you need to be working on that for yourself and not, take on even more. And that, like, because your own work is already a full plate. And then, like, just notice what, I'm hearing the word capacity. Sometimes the capacity to handle something on one day is different than on a different day. And that could be where an argument can strike, where being sensitive, like a bad cycle can begin or end on accident, is just like not not knowing your capacity, like of what you can handle on a certain day, like knowing, and then like the difference between knowing what's dead and done and what, like, what's over and when it's not over, right? Because I think the coffin is here to say some things are just not over, and that there has to be, maybe a family discussion or family court, maybe like just conversation, like family room, just something like a conversation with your family on what to do, on how to protect yourself or on how to move forward. Maybe you do need your family to help you, because you feel like if you were to face this thief alone, that you might be led to your grave, that it may lead to your death, because of maybe how poor it puts your mental health, or maybe whoever this thief was, it made you just want to die, because of how much they've taken from you, what they did take from you, the level of pain that they inflicted on you. It just really puts you here. The ending, the beginning and ending, or whatever it is, this coffin card, I'm reading it so many different ways, but it's like you are neglecting that it illuminated the pathway, that if this previous situation isn't the path, that being taken off this path, it was meant to happen in either way. Now you're on the right path, because whatever bad cycle is now gone. But then you also have or it could be just like an obstacle in the path. Maybe you've been on the correct path this whole time, but you needed to like remove some of the blockages that were on this way, and now the path is super clear. Now that you've dealt with this thief, now that you've made certain changes, everyone's going to be on a unique everyone's going to be on different steps of the same journey. If everyone in this reading is connected in some way or form, because the energy is relative, but the exact situation, it will be different, give or take, you know, specifics and give or take details and give or take, you know, whether or not you have a partner, whether or not you want your partner, you know, like there's all those things, but your pathway is illuminated. Whether or not you agree that this is how things are supposed to go, the universe is telling you this is how it's supposed to go. So you need to trust that. Whether or not you feel it's true, you got to just trust that, that it is the way it is because it needs to be this way. If it was meant to be a different way, it would be that way. So the fact that it's not, you need to just let go of whatever it's not, okay? You need to let go of that because it's not that. And you can't change that. The universe is not going to put you back on the old path. You're on this path because it's better for you. But your decision making is yours, okay? Your karma, your lessons, everything is yours. Everything, you know, whatever you do with your life is your own. This is only meant to help you and boost you, not meant to, you know, and for entertainment if you find it to be entertaining by any means. But let's get some last messages for the collective for the highest good. This one says King of Cups. Let's see what messages for the collective. The Moon. And Tower. Tower and 4 Wands reverse and the Empress. And here at the back of the deck says King of Wands. I think I just put that over deep knowing. All right. King of Cups. King of Cups is, it's fun energy for sure, but I think King of Cups can have the ability to be a bit over or underwhelming, depending on where the King of Cups mental health is, how well that the King of Cups, whoever is represented as King of Cups, however they're doing, whether you believe it's you or your partner, that's up to you. But King of Cups is this having control over your emotions. And when you are in too much control, it could be, you know, withholding, it could be manipulative. That's what I mean about it could be overwhelming and also disappointing, because if a King of Cups, a healthy King of Cups is going to show up, a King of Cups will show up and know how to, like, they're going to be emotionally intelligent. But if there's a King of Cups that has, you know, issues, there's going to be some points where their emotions will feel like too much, and then sometimes where they'll hold back their emotions because they feel like it's too much. Again, with this too much energy, they're gonna, you know, be trying to control it too much. So they're gonna show, like, they're gonna, you know, not show anything at all, or show too much of their, like, express too much. But we have the Moon. I think that the moon cycles could be important for some of us to study, noticing what, you know, full moons, new moons, eclipses, also the zodiac sign that the moon is in, and noticing how that may affect you. But I think as well, with the moon coming out, I think that there's going to be more revealed as far as like what's on the inside, like why this person holds back, or why this person, you know, like what this person, how this person operates. You're going to be finding out more about that, or finding out more about one another in this time and space. And I'm going to be warning you here with the Tower card. Some things, when you face them, are going to fall apart. Okay, some things that you thought would stay together are going to fall apart. You need to be honest with your intuition and honest with your situations. And again, I'm seeing that card, like the back of the deck. No. Where was it? Oh, so it's the surrender card. Surrender to what is, and surrender to trust. So trust that shit's falling apart because it's supposed to. Trust that it's falling apart so better can come in. You know, good thing. I always kind of resonated with this message is like, good things fall apart so better can come in. You like learn your lessons. The Empress card here is very, it's, the Empress card is very, it's a very fertile, nurturing energy. And it's this idea, this concept that better is coming in. You need to see that getting and receiving what you want. King of Wands, it's there, it's right around the corner. You're coming, the Six of Swords is returning to safety, returning to home. If the situation has held you hostage by some means, you're going to be returning to safety. Whatever that may mean to you. It could be, you know, going back to your person. It could be going to a new person. It could be going to an old person. It could be going to something totally new. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be just being single for a while. But just attracting what you want is the overall thing here. Attracting your abundance. Getting out of these bad cycles for good. And when we do, if we do have to go through a bad cycle again, making sure that our bad cycles don't last as long. I think that's what we want. We want to manifest an amazing life. And you could really do that by, the biggest message here is surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. Surrender to what is. All right, babes, that is all the messages here for part 2. I am so thankful you guys joined me for this reading for part 2. I apologize for Mercury retrograde affecting Monday's reading, but I hope that this part came to you in divine timing, and that both of the readings, either separately or together, boost you up and help you with the decisions, you know, these hard decisions you need to make, because, you know, it is going to be chalked up to specifics. I can't tell you the specific to do, but I can kind of read on the bigger energy and hope that that guides you to a more specific answer than you had before, right? And it could be a small step, and then that step leads to another small step that leads to a big step, or it could be a big step and then small steps afterwards. However it is for you, I hope that the action that you take in the aftermath of my readings are for your highest good, that you're choosing your highest good. And that is all up to your choices and all up to you and your lifestyle. Your life is yours. And I'm only here to share mine, and you're welcome to share yours. I am so thankful to share and be connected in this reading. And I look forward to Tarot Thursday this week. And of course, this reading was timeless, so you can come back to it again if you need to, or you can, you know, whatever works for you, honestly, okay? Because you know, you can click in, you can click off, you can pause the video, you can mix and match. You can, you know, use me as a card reader, and you can have more than one card reader. You can have more than one crystal healer. You can have more than one therapist. Like, everything is all on you. So again, surrender to what is. Take in, you know, your situation exactly as what it is, and then apply the changes now that you're seeing the situation exactly as it is. You know, some of us tend to want to avoid negative things and pretend the negative isn't happening, but the negative never goes away when you do that. So hopefully, with directly addressing this bad energy in, you know, 1 or 2 readings, hopefully then the next readings will we'll be channeling some that abundance we're trying to unlock, right? We have that abundance alert. So what do we do with it when we, you know, when we're trying to get a hold of it? When we do get a hold of it, what do we do with it? So hopefully the next few readings will be about that. But I'm very happy to read however you guys, you know, whatever you guys are needing. So anyway, now that my tangent is over, have a good rest of your week. Take care until next time. Bye, guys. Lots of love. Magic with Melly.